Hello guys, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about not event, arrow functions, okay? So under arrow functions, we are going to define what a function is. And a function is a code or block that performs a specific function. And there's a syntax for writing a function. So there's function keyword, there's function name, okay, function name, then parentheses, this is the syntax. Then these were the body of the function goes. Body of the function goes. So this is the syntax. This is the syntax, okay? So we are going to say this is the syntax of a function. Okay, for example, we can say function Nyairo. Let's give the function name is Nyairo. So just give it a parenthesis and say that my function is going to display, okay, my function is going to display something like console.log, okay, hello, then we close, okay, then we close. Okay, so that's a basic simple syntax for writing a function. You must declare it with a function keyword, function name, parentheses, and this is what we call the body of the function, okay, the body of the function. So the body of the function, so that's the basic code of writing, basic syntax of writing a function. Okay, so I forgot to tell you that after you have written this function name Nyairo, you must initiate something called the callback action. So you must come here, you say Nyairo, okay, and you close. So and you must save your work. So what we're going to do before we save our work, we are going to link script source. So we are going to link a script source. So what we are going to do is that we are going to link this JavaScript. We are going to link this JavaScript. Just a minute. We must link this JavaScript for it to affect this HTML code. Yeah. So by the end of the code, you must call this function. You must call this function for it to display what? Hello. Okay. You must call back Nyairo to say hello. Okay. So we are going to discuss about the R functions, okay? The R functions. The reason why they are called the R functions is because they use something like this, okay? Something like this, okay? So R functions are modern ways of writing JavaScript functions, and we mainly focus on expressions and functions, okay? So this is all about the arrow functions, okay? Let's write a simple code to explain these arrow functions, okay? Okay, let's write an expression. Let's write a function expression, an expression before we discuss about the function itself. Okay, so let's create a constant, and we say a constant is a variable that does not change in the entire code. Okay, so let's say greetings. Okay, constant greetings. Okay, so in these greetings, we are going to say that we are going to give it a function This is a function. This is a function expression. Okay, we are writing a function expression. Okay, we are writing a function expression. So in this function expression, we are in this function. We are not going to assign anything at the moment. Okay, because we are discussing only about function expression. Okay, so inside here, we said inside here, this is the body of the code of the function goes. Okay, body of the function goes. So inside the function, inside the function, inside the function, we are going to say that we are going to display something. We are going to display something. We are going to display something like hello, hello, hello Nyairo. Okay, hello Nyairo. So we are going to close. We are going to close it. We are going to close it. After we are going to close it, we must set a callback action. We must set a callback action. Say greetings, 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 to call back the function. Okay, to call out the body function. So for greetings, for greetings to be displayed, we must call it. Okay, we must call it at the end of the code. Okay, and we save our code. Okay, my bad. This is a string. This is a string. So for it to display, this is a string. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, so this is a string. This is a string. So it must be displayed as a so this greeting should be displayed as a string. Okay, yeah. So we can write a very concise code. Okay, to replace all this code using an arrow function. Okay, so if we are going to introduce the arrow functions, there's something we call parameters. Okay, parameters are elements inside the function. Okay, so for us to introduce parameters, this is what we are going to do. So this is the syntax. This is the syntax. So we are going to say that parameters, inside the parameters, we are going to create something like this. Then we give it a space. Then the forward function. Then we say console.log. Then we print out. Okay, we print out console.log what? The parameter. Okay, I don't know my setting of the keyboard. So at the end of the code. So in simple case, we are going to say that we are going to create a constant, and they said a constant is a variable or a value, is actually a value that does not change in the entire code. Okay, so we are going to introduce, let's say, greetings, greetings. Okay, so the arrow function is used to help us to write a simple concise code. Okay, so we are going to say that the arrow function, we are going to introduce the arrow function. Okay, so we are going to print out. Okay, we're going to print out, we're going to print out what? We are going to print out, so let's say Sema. This guy has got an ego, is an egomaniac, so he doesn't have greetings, say just Sema. Okay, so he was just, he says just say it what you want to say, and by the end of the code we must initiate the calling back action. Okay, we must say the greetings should be called back for it to be displayed. Okay, so we say greetings. Okay, greetings, so we must initiate is an underscore. Okay, so this is the code. So we have introduced the arrow function. So in this code, you have just seen the basic syntax of writing an arrow function. So we are going to introduce naming convention. Okay, we are going to introduce parameters. Okay, parameters are elements that are used to be inserted inside a variable. Okay, so if you are to say a parameter, we are going to add a parameter like name. So for the greeting, it should display name. Okay, for this name, so we are going to edit these. We are going to play these outputs. We say this guy doesn't have manners, so we are going to say $. Okay, going to say dollar sign hello what, hello name. Okay, so we're going, so the name, greetings, what the name of this person. So let's say Nyairo. Okay, so we are going to save it. Okay, so in this scenario we can add a new line. Okay, we can add a new line to this. So we can say that in this we can copy and add this. Okay, okay, can add to this and say you are all, hello bro, hello, you suck, you suck, you suck a lot. This guy is truly an egomaniac. Okay, so these we can do this. Okay, we can do this, we can do this. Okay, we can add using this. So we can introduce another parameter, we can introduce another parameter. So we can introduce another parameter by the like age, like age, okay, like age, and say like hello. Actually this was wrong, so we can say hello, hello Nyairo, respect yourself, respect yourself, yourself, um with my girlfriend. This guy is for you to be his friend, you must be going through a lot. Okay, so you must introduce, okay, you must introduce, we have introduced another parameter. So this is age. Okay, this is age. So we're going to close this. Okay, we're going to delete this. So we're going to delete this. Okay, so we have introduced in this line, in this new line, that this guy is telling Nyairo that hello Nyairo, hello, hello Nyairo, I'm in a meeting, please respect yourself. I'm with my girlfriend, okay, and my girlfriend is how old? We are going to give her 29 years. Okay, we're going to give her 29 years. Okay, so we're going to give her 29 years. We're going to give her 29 years. So this is not a string. So this is the string. So this is the string. Or what you're going to see, this the string. So this lady, she is 29 years old. Okay, so that's the correct format. That's the correct